Okay, so I'm going to skip down to number 9 for the second cities right now. I think Windy Cities we had to do this too, but I want to come back to number 8 in a second. Okay, so for number 9, it says Isaac uses 4 red beads and 3 blue beads to make a belt. How many beads will Isaac use to make his belt? Okay, so let's take this. This is a two-step problem. We practiced these in the last chapter. Can we find any clue words that help us here or how to draw the picture? Well, right away I see the word and, which makes me think I need to put the red beads and the blue beads together because it asks us how many beads, not a certain color. So I need to use all of the beads. Okay, so again, I could draw a picture, right? If I'm still confused. 4 red beads, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 blue beads, 1, 2, 3. And then he puts those into a belt somehow. Maybe he weaves them in or something. I'm just gonna show my belt like this. Okay, and if he has 4 belts, that means I have to do this 4 times, right? Okay, so here are my 4 belts. No, one of them's hidden. Oh, there we go. Okay, here's my 4 belts with all those beads. So I need to find the total number of beads. Well, how many's in this one? 4 plus 3, 7, 7, 7, 7, right? I'm going to show that as just number sentences. First, I had to do 4 plus 3. I'm going to put it in parentheses because that means we have to do that first, right? And then I had to take that and I have to multiply it. How many times do I have that? 4 times. So 4 times 3 is 7. Now I have to do that 4 times. What is 7 times 4? If you know this fact, very good job. If not, then you could add it up. 7 plus 7 is 14. This 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 plus 14 is 28. So you could have drawn this picture, or you could have just done this two-step number sentence. You could have also just done 4 plus 3 is 7, and then 7 times 4 is 28. Okay, so 28 beads. All right, so now that we have that word problem, this will help us with number 10. Corey uses 5 yellow tiles and 4 green tiles to make a design. How many tiles will he need to repeat the design 5 times? Same exact process here. Let's put those yellow and greens together. 5 plus 4, and means to add. So 5 plus 4 means there's 9 tiles in each design. And then I have to do that 5 times. So 9 times 5, 45. You got 45? Awesome job. 45 tiles. Okay, let's finish with this 3-row table now. Okay, so this problem says students make a craft project at camp. They use 2 small pine cone patterns and 1 large pine cone pattern. Complete the table to find how many patterns were used for the different number of projects. Okay, so in this table, again, I'm going to read the words so I can tell what's happening in each row. The top row is how many projects they're making. So maybe it's like 1 project is finished here, 2 projects are finished, 3 projects are finished. And within the big project, then they have small patterns like that you have to copy with pine cones, and then large patterns. So it said every time you make 1 project, you have to have 2 small patterns of pine cones and 1 large pattern. So what would happen if I had 2 projects finished? Well, then I would have to have another set of 2 small patterns. So 2 plus 2 more is 4. And then a large pattern. 1 project has to have 1 large pattern. So 2 projects has to have 2 large patterns, right? So what about 3 projects? And what I could do to also help me figure this out again is going down this column. What do I have to do here? Well, actually, I don't really want to go down that column because then it doesn't quite work. But if I use the clues, it helps me. Okay. The craft project has to have 2 small pinecone patterns and 1 large pinecone pattern. So every time I have a project, I have to have 2 smalls and 1 large. So if I increase that, I need to add 2 more. And if I do another one, I have to add 2 more. So this should be 6. My large pattern, I just am adding 1 each time. So 1, if I have two projects, it'd be 1 more is 2, plus 1 more is 3. So for my large patterns each time, I'm just adding 1. For my small patterns each time, I'm adding 2 plus 2. This is messy, but I have a feeling you're understanding me. It's so hard to write tiny here. Okay, so now what if they finish 4 projects? How many small patterns of pine cones will they need? Again, every time I do a project, I have to have 2 small pine cone patterns. So I'm adding 2 more. 6 plus 2 more is 8. What about a large pattern? Every time for a project, I need 1 large pine cone, so I'm adding 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 1 more is 4. So I could just go ahead and continue this pattern of adding ones. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I should have probably done the projects first. So let's go ahead and put the number of projects. 5 projects, 6 projects, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now the small patterns. Those are adding 2 each time. 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So good job if you got that table. The clues in the word problem is what helped me figure out what to add each time. Okay, we'll stop and do one more video for the problem solving.